Hi everyone, thank you for joining our demo session. I'll dive in right away. I'll start the demo with the setup process actually for BreezyBit. As you know, it's a 100% native application working on Salesforce. In many cases, actually, in other tools, for other tools, you need to do external integrations and connections, and it might take, in many cases, hours or sometimes days as well, and there might be many problems. So with BreezyBit, we try to minimize it, and actually, um, that is something I really like doing in live demos, but I'll do it today too. It takes just about 2 minutes 15 seconds to complete the whole setup process for BreezyBit in your Salesforce organization. Yes, the whole setup process. It just takes about 2 minutes 15 seconds, and we will do it together today. Let me go actually onto my page. I'm in a Salesforce org right now. As you see, there is no installed packages. There's nothing. And then here also, to make it more fun, I have a stopwatch. So what I'm gonna do is I will go to our App Exchange listing. This is where I will start the installation, the setup process, and let's go do it right away. I'm gonna start the stopwatch and then start the setup process. Let's go. I need to click on Get It Now on our App Exchange page, and here say Install in Production. If it's Sandbox, it'll give you the Sandbox option, of course. This is my username for my production org. I say Confirm and Install. I think it'll take me to a login page one more time with the same credentials. So yes, I say Login, and it'll take me to another page with different options. Either install it for admins only or for different users. We will select install for admins only. And it has been about 45 seconds already. So let's wait and see what's gonna happen. This shouldn't take too long. As you see, our version name is Vibranium 1.1.13. We are Marvel fans actually, so that's why it's Vibranium. But let's wait for the installation. It has, yeah, it's more than 1 minute already. So it shouldn't take too long. I'm just waiting for some movement here in this tab. When it's almost ready, you will see actually something here. I think it's coming, hopefully. Yes. Okay, I hope the installation is gonna be done very soon. Yes, let's go to our org. If you go to the app launcher right now, our app should be there. Yeah, BreezyBit Form Builder. We have one more thing to do. Let's click on New. Let's go to the client portal. Let's click on this and select prod in my case and add connection, and it's done. So the whole setup process is done actually, and it took just 2 minutes and 4 seconds. It's even less than 2 minutes 15 seconds. So happy to see that. But again, our setup is done right now, so we can continue with building our first form here together. So let's say contact information form, let's call it. And of course, for the contact information form, I will select the contact object. You can select as many objects as you want actually, as long as they are related to each other. You can add account and then contact and another object that's related to that, either standard or custom. But for this one, I'll just use the contact object. I'll say save and build, and my form record is created. The feel and look is, again, it's 100% Salesforce. Like an opportunity or an account record, it's the same look and feel. It gives us a unique URL and a QR code right away. There is activation and expiration date options here too. Let's go to the form builder. So this is the form builder page. Let's make some quick changes. I can make changes on the header. I can change, the color, for example, based on my brand guidelines. Let's change the color of the submit button here too. And then let's go to the contact object on the left side. So I'm gonna add first name, last name is a required field, of course, for contact. And then let's say home phone, and I wanna add the email field too. So if I want to change the design a little bit quickly, this is a 2-column form right now, but if I wanted, 1 column, I can do it like that. If I want 3, if I want 4, depending on the number of fields I have and however I want to see it on the page, I can change it. But let's say this is going to be a mobile. People are going to be, filling this out on their mobile devices. So I want to make it as large as possible. So I selected 1 column. And then you can change, you can add a logo easily. Again, the activation date is when you created the form, but if this is a registration form, for example, you can add an expiration date here too. And on the fields, when you click on any of the fields, you will see the field properties on the right side. You can easily change the label. If you want to add a default value, for example, you can do it. If you want to add if you want to put some placeholder text here, so enter your name, you can do it. Add some help texts, it'll add a help text here, information. And then if you want to change the field width for this specific field, you can do it easily and quickly too. If you want to make the field, even if it's not required in the backend, you can make it required or not on the specific form, or you can make it read-only too. Or if you want to add, for example, a conditional visibility, let's say you want the email field to be visible only when the name is Hakan, you can do it so easily and quickly. Using the basic visibility filter, you can do a lot of, complex stuff too. But using the basic visibility filter, you want it to be visible only when the first name is equal to Hakan, for example. I just say, okay, and then save the form. You don't need to publish the form or anything like that actually, since everything is working in your org natively. It's already ready. If you go to form sharing, it'll give you a URL, some embeddable code for your experience site or external sites, and give you a QR code too. But let's go to our URL and see our form. As you see, our form is ready and we set some conditional visibility filters there. As you see, it shows email only when the name is Hakan. So this is how easy it is to, set some conditional visibility on the fields too. Or if you have a lookup field, for example, for the lookup fields, you can set up a lookup filter too. So let's look at the form first of all with the account ID field. If you want to expose some of the accounts and want your users to select the account from your org, you can definitely do that. But if you don't want them to be seeing all the accounts in your org, what you can do is you can just set up a lookup filter as we do in the backend normally in the lookup filters, but you can do this on the form. You can say, for example, I want to show on this form in this field only when the account name is starting with the letter E, for example, just making it up. But you can set anything you want based on your needs. But here it'll show me only the accounts starting with the letter E. So, but it's again this easy and quick setting up lookup filters and conditional visibility filters. Let's look at the elements. On the left side, as you see on the form, I have the file upload. If I want to add a file upload element, for example, on the form, it's just dragging and dropping it on the form, and then I select I want this to be the file attached to be the contact record that is created with the submission. I can change the accepted file types as, however I wanted, and I can make it required or not to. Excuse me. And then when I save the form, my file upload option is going to be on the form. You can add as many file uploads as you need on the form, 10, 20, it really doesn't matter. There is no limit. And for each file upload, I think there's a 10 megabyte limit too, size limit, which is, more than enough actually in almost all the cases I can say for any type of files. So, but the file upload works like that. Or if you want to make this form multi-page, it's this easy actually, just adding a pager on the form wherever you want. So the first two fields are on the first page, and then the others are going to be on the second page. You can make it, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no limit actually pages, as depending on the number of fields you have in your form. Or if you want to add some sections on your form, group different fields under sections. Let's say this is for personal information. Sorry. So, if I can type this. So personal information, and you can make this bold, you can make this larger, you can change, the color of the text, for example, or you can change the color of the section, the background of the section, for example, and then why doesn't it? Oh, I need to select it here. So, and of course, this is not looking good, but you can change all of those things really quickly and easily. Or if you want to add a signature on your form, signature field, it's again just drag and drop. You select where you want the signature to be stored in the contact record again, and save the form. And if you go to the form and just refresh it, it's on the second page. It gives me two options, either enter my name to sign, or my users can simply draw and do their submissions. So let's actually do a submission too, maybe, why not? Not the account ID, but let's say Hakan, and then last name Taimaz, and the email, let's say test, and then sign it as well. And also let's actually, an emoji, let's add a file here too. And then what it's going to do is it will create a contact record for me in my org right away. If I go to the Sales Cloud and then contacts, I will be seeing Hakan Taimaz just created for me. And in the attachments, I have the emoji, the image here, and also the signature is stored here too. So it's this easy and this quick. And what else? Let me see. There are, you can use separators on the form. You can add empty spaces, blank spaces on the form as well. If you want to add more, I will show you some examples, but some visuals on the form, really nice visuals with your branding, images, or embed videos. You can do it using the HTML element too. And especially since there is, ChatGPT right now or other LLMs, it's really easy. You don't need to know anything about, this is the file upload, the HTML content one. You don't really need to know anything about the HTML coding. You can just ask ChatGPT to create it for you with the images that you have on your computer or the URLs. It will create it for you really easily and quickly. Other than these, let me continue with the settings. If you go to the settings, there are a couple of other things I want to share with you. So the first thing is, let's say you have this form, you're going to create another one similar to this form. There will be some minor changes. You don't want to do the whole thing again. You can just clone the form. Just come here, clone it, just one click, and then it cloned the form for you. Or if you are working on a sandbox, for example, or if you have multiple production orgs, and then you want to export your form, so you don't need to really worry about using change sets or anything like that. You can just export the form, and it will export it for you as a JSON file. You can come back here in another org, maybe just hit new. Instead of entering the data manually here, you can just go to import form, and select the file you just downloaded, and it will import the form for you. So it's again this easy, very easy, very quick. So other than that, if you go to the settings one more time, there's the multilingual section here too. I don't have the file here, I forgot about it, but on our YouTube channel, there is a quick, actually 3-minute video, I believe, showing you how you can do it. It takes just about 30 seconds, but on any form that you have in your org, if you want to translate it into a different language, you can do it in just 30 seconds. It's really easy, so quick. Sorry, again, I don't have, we are using a file for that. It's in another account. I forgot about that. It's not in my drive here, but it's again on our YouTube channel. Also, there are two other things I want to share with you before going into some use cases. If you go to our client portal, we have the automated batch service. If you are expecting to get, for example, many, let's say thousands or tens of thousands of submissions for a survey or a form, you can just add that form URL here in the automated batch service, and we will get the submissions for you in batches in your org. You don't really need to worry about the number of submissions. Or we have BreezyBit Insights AI, our AI integration. How it works is, imagine again, you have a couple of thousands of submissions of a survey, and you have some quantitative questions, Likert scale questions, and you have some open-ended questions too, qualitative ones, and you want to get some insights from those, especially the open-ended questions. It's important. So what we do is you just need to put the form ID here, select the fields you want to do analysis on, and then you just hit the button, and in just about 30 seconds to a minute, we do the analysis for you in the backend and give you a nice summary of the responses, either qualitative or quantitative. We give you also our default prompt, gives you an executive level insights, a nice summary, next levels, recommendation steps, and a couple of other things as well. Or you can enter your own prompts as well and get any type of insights you want from the submissions. But those things are here for you too. And we are having, new releases frequently based on the requests we are getting from our customers and different users. So soon, for example, save for later feature is going to be available. So if your users start filling out a form, it's a long one, and they need to leave, they can just save it for later, and they can come back and then continue filling it out. Or we will have a group element soon here under the form elements too. People are going to be able to, group multiple fields on the form, so they'll be able to actually apply conditional visibility on the group, so to multiple fields at the same time. Or we will have something, we don't know, we haven't decided on the name yet actually, but something like maybe smart tags we are thinking. But imagine you enter your name on the form here. When you start filling out the form on the first page, for example, you enter your name, and on the second page you want to use the value for the name on a question itself. So you'll be able to dynamically set the questions like that with the values your users enter on the form. So and again, there are many more features in our backlog, and we have a roadmap. So, and we are constantly, again, continuously getting feedback from our users based on their business needs, and trying to improve BreezyBit. So let's look at some use cases really quickly. The first one is the lead generation form. I like this a lot. I use this a lot too. For example, I'm going to TDX this year, and I have already a lead generation form created in our Salesforce org. When I meet with people, since it gives me a QR code as well. Last year, for example, I did this too. I created a brochure. I printed this out, the QR code on the brochure, and I was giving it to people so they'll be able to scan the QR code easily, and then they'll be seeing this form with the video embedded. I added a recording here too, make it a little bit more personalized. And whenever there is a new submission, it will create a new lead record in my Salesforce org. And since I can use the hidden fields, I was knowing, okay, the status is open, and lead source was for last year, for example, it was TDX. So I knew right away, where these leads are coming from. And also, since everything is happening natively in Salesforce, I created some automations with flows. For example, whenever there is a new lead comes into my org with this lead source, I was sending them emails using templates. So, there's no limit actually, since everything is happening in Salesforce, you can do anything you want. So, or a volunteer application form. This is a simple one with some sections, but very clean, really nice and easy form. Multiple pages. You can use multi-select pick lists. You can use checkboxes, regular pick list fields, text fields, long text fields, add file uploads. You can do all of those things with your, with different color options. Excuse me, or an NPS survey, customer satisfaction survey. You can create surveys like this easily to embed this on your website. You can open this up, actually make this open up as a modal, as a pop-up on your website. That's really easy, really quick too. Or if you need something more colorful with your branding, with images, with a lot of texts and hyperlinks, and again with many fields and multi-pages, you can do that too. Another one with different style, using sections with texts and images in different ways, with their branding colors. So again, multi-page. Another one, multi-page, this time with multiple images on different pages too. So you can easily do that as well. Or, now this is a nice one. So this is from Friends, actually, a nonprofit. They do math exams every year to thousands of students, and then they were looking for a way to make this online if that was possible. So we created this for them, and it is, they can enter student information on this page, put texts giving information about the test itself, and after that you can use pick lists to create multi-choice uh, questions, and then you can add nice images for any type of questions. Again, use pick lists and they will do the submissions. You can add their logos here. So, and then all the submissions are going to be coming into your Salesforce org automatically. And you can use formula fields actually to do the gradings, and after that to rankings, do the rankings and everything. So you can basically automate the whole process. So this is something super fun. Creating cases, of course you can do this in Salesforce, and I'm going to show you another way here too, but you can, without logging into Salesforce, your users, internal employees, they can create cases using a form like this, and they can add, of course, the file upload option too. This makes a difference. They can select who this is for, either for, this is like for contacts, but this could be a related lead as well. Using lookup fields on the form, you can make this really easily. Or a nice use case, you can embed the case creation forms on your record pages. Imagine your employees, service people working on contacts, and they are here on this contact, and they needed to create a case quickly for Lady Gaga. And then they need to upload a file here too, and then they need to do the submission. Right here, there are two cases. If I refresh the page, right now there are three cases. It created a case for me. You can embed it anywhere on the page, under the tabs here on this, side of the page, or on the home page, or for any object, standard or custom. You can put it anywhere you want. So, okay, another, let me see, maybe one last thing I wanted to show you is the account the pre-fill feature. This is super useful too. So imagine, when you create the accounts, you get information from your customers about that account, email, phone number, website, address, and other things. And what we do here in this case is we added a BreezyBit pre-fill URL field. So whenever you create, this is a formula field. Whenever you create a new account record in your org, this will be auto-populated for you. And what it does is, let's say annually, you send them an email and attaching this actually in the email and asking them, okay, it's time to update your account. If there are any changes in the address or email address, phone number, any other information, if there are any changes, please use this form to do your updates. So they will get this URL, they will open this up, and oh, this is password protected. If there are sensitive information, if you want to make sure only your customers open the form, you can actually set passwords dynamically on this form. This is super nice. So if I come to this form here, let me just refresh the page. If I come here on this form, I will see that form protection is set up. And I said here, I want the account email address to be the password. I can select anything, and based on the customer going, they just need to enter their email address. So this set that up dynamically. So in this case, it's going to be the email address. So let me just copy this and paste it here. And I open this up. It will open up the form for me, but this time it's pre-filled. And, I asked them to make some changes. Let's say their address changed from San Jose to San Francisco, and I am making the signature required so I know when they made the last changes. And just do the submission. If I go back here, there are no files here as you see. If I refresh the page, there will be a submission showing me they used this form and did a submission on this date and time, and here is their signature. So I will know when was the last time they made any changes. So this is a really nice use case for using pre-filled forms together with password protection. Um, so I think these are, all the things, or at least the use cases I wanted to show with you. Of course, there's many more ways to create forms and surveys based on your needs, but we are there with you when you first start using BreezyBit Form Builder. Especially, we're having a training session with you, and we sit down with you at the same time being a thought partner, talking about your requirements and use cases you're looking for. So based on your business needs, we help you build forms and surveys, being there again as thought partners. Also here on the app itself, we have the BreezyBit resources utility item. If you go here, it will take you to our resources page, resource center page. There are some how-to guides. Also, there are how-to videos, which will take you to our YouTube channel. There are just 1 to 2 minute videos here showing you all the things that you need. How to create forms, how to use hidden fields or parameter fields, how to clone, export, import forms, how to translate. This was the one I was mentioning, a form into different language. And we keep adding more, of course, with the new features. But these are here for you, really easy to access. Whenever you need anything, you can just go use those as references, or you can reach out to us too. If you need anything, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us, and we have a guarantee actually of 4-hour response time. So we'll get back to you as soon as possible. I don't know if I mentioned, but on the form pages also, in case there are any issues, any problems, but you will be able to see the form submissions here too. And also we have the error logs. So if anything happens, you will be able to see, and you'll be able to share with us too, any type of errors, so we can troubleshoot easily, quickly. But I think these are all the things I wanted to share with you today in this demo session. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me at hakan HAKAN at breezybit.com. Or I think the easiest way is LinkedIn. Using LinkedIn, you can reach out to me, send a connection request, send a message, and feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn anytime. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But other than that, thank you so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye bye.